We're live. All right. All right. All right. We are, this is the Exploding Heads horror movie podcast. This is something special. I'm Dave Z. Well, we're not special, but what we're doing now is kind of special. This guy over here is Brandon. Say hi.
I'm Brandon. I am special.
He is, in more ways than one. But we're doing something new. And this is a weekly. See, we're a podcast. You probably know that if you're seeing this. But either way, we usually have a podcast bi-weekly. But we're doing something new. We're going to attempt to do a weekly show where we're going to discuss news and we're going to discuss releases. So this is the debut episode, so take it easy on us. But we're calling it Freddy VS Jason. That's going to be the name of this show. I thought about calling it. I didn't tell Brandon this. And see, there's three hosts. There's me and there's Christian and there's Brandon. Well, Christian's not here. This is just the two of us tonight, and maybe on all of them. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. But I didn't tell these guys that I had a title. I was working on different titles. The first one I thought of, which kind of made sense because it's a shorter version of our show, because the show's called Exploding Heads. I was going to call it Headshots.
I like headshots, man. That's cool.
But can you see why I wouldn't do headshots?
Yeah, if you Google headshots, you're not going to get some pretty pictures popping up. Let's be honest. Like, let's go listen to, honey, go type in the new headshots. Send your little kid in to bring it up for you. They're scarred for life. Can you imagine Frankie Z Googling headshots? I want to hear
it. Well, you know what? I wasn't even thinking of that. Believe it or not, that my mind was not going there. I was actually thinking about our sister show, our homies, 22 Shots at Moods and Horror, and how anything with shots is kind of like their IP. You know what I mean? I don't want to infringe on anything that's going to say shots, because when I know that you know, because you listen to the shows like I do, but they have those things called mini shots. Those little.
That's true. It didn't even dawn on me.
You know me, right away. I knew fucking those bastards. If we would have called headshots, they would have said, "Hey, you're aping."
You know, it would be even better if we called it 22 headshots.
Nice. 22 headshots to the dome. Nice. So I thought of headshots, and that's why I didn't do it. And then I thought of something else, which I forgot what it was already. It wasn't nearly as good. But Freddy vs. Jason. It's nice. It's easy. People seem to like that movie, that idea. And because we're doing news, anytime there's news like about franchise movies, a la Freddy or Jason, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, respectively, we're going to discuss it on this thing because that's like big news story. So I don't think there's another a show out there like this that it's just going to do a quick thing on Tuesdays. Or, we talk a little news and we talk releases. So we don't do it on the podcast. We don't do news and we don't do releases. So why not do it here?
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this. This is good. I think this is probably the one thing that was missing from our show. But again, with the long format that we do, it would be overkill. As is, we're trying to cut down our regular shows to that 2.5 hour mark, and we're still a little bit over, but we've certainly tightened that up. So
yeah,
a weekly segment show, especially since we do weekly segment show, we're going to be able to cover all the new releases that are coming out. And it's a good way to keep on top of everything, because especially in our group, people are always asking about, certain movies that we review. They're never even heard of them. So now they'll hear about it possibly before we even review them.
That's true. Yeah. What we can do? We can even maybe talk about things at the end. We'll probably say that for the Patreon, though, because we're going to put out this video for the public, and then we're going to put out a shorter video, a bonus episode, if you will, for the Patreon people that are on there. And I think what we can do on there is, little things, but one of the things we can do is on that particular episode, I call it, on that particular thing on Patreon, we could maybe say what we're watching and what the next show is going to be about before we record it, because we don't always do that in the show because half the time we don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
We can at least leak information that'll be exclusive to the patrons, because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, they're paying. We want to give them,
Absolutely.
product. No, not product. Product would be like drug dealers. We want to give them what do they call that? Material? There's a better word.
Early access?
No, there's a word though. We want to give them product. We want to give them material. There's another word. I don't know. Maybe someone will comment. Because people can comment on this, right? After it comes up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck. People are going to be... Sorry, guys. Listen, this is the first time I've done anything on YouTube. What about you? Almost, kind of?
First time, really. Well, I mean, I just did that live recording with the 22 Shots guys, but even that, some of the people interacting with within the group were a lot of negative comments, and man, YouTube is not the place for me. I'd like to think I have a thick skin, but I really don't. I do get upset, especially when it gets really mean-spirited, and YouTube tends to be like that. So
yeah,
hopefully, I'm doing this strictly because not only did you ask me to do it, and it sounds like a great idea, but because we should get most of our listeners will probably be interested in something like this. So I'm doing it for them.
Right, I think so.
Yeah.
This isn't really our forte, being behind the camera on YouTube.
I mean, if people start trolling us, it's whatever. Like, no skin off my back.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, if you talk shit about the podcast, well, then I'm going to take issue because I think we got a decent enough podcast and we know what we're doing there. But this, say what you want. If it sucks, it sucks. But keep in mind, this is episode 1. So, whatever. So, yeah. See, it's going to be real loose. See, there's no editing. You don't got to worry about anything and whatever. If we're going to be just kicking it, that's what we're going to do. But let's get on with our news stories here. What do we have? Let's see here. What's going on? Okay. What's going on in the news? Let's see. Horror movie news. What is happening?
Well, I mean, the first one that pops up for me is the director and the stars of the original Zombieland are officially coming back for Zombieland 2.
Right. Yes. I'm kind of surprised at that.
I'm very surprised because you're talking about 4 big name actors in this film, all who have gone on to have Oscar nominations and Oscar wins. And we're talking 10 years later. And I'm actually pretty excited about it. Probably not as excited as I would be if it was, say, 5 years ago even.
Right.
I don't know what they're going to do, but just the fact that they're bringing back the original director and the original cast and, they can continue the storyline 10 years later and these characters have matured greatly since then. I think it could be a sleeper hit because I don't think a lot of people are giving it a positive chance at all.
And you know what? I think the only reason for that is because it's zombie centric.
I've said it on the show and I'll say it again here. The zombie genre for me has become one of my favorite genres in the last 4 or 5 years because I really feel like they're putting out so much quality stuff and different, whether it be comedy, whether it be serious, just subtle differences in the way they approach the genre. And I really think it's been one of the strongest genres. Even this year, we have 2 zombie films that are standouts for me at more than the halfway point of the year. And that's, Cargo and great. Now I can't even Ravenous.
Yes. I haven't even seen Cargo yet because we've been so busy with all the, we're doing franchise. If you don't listen to the podcast, what we're doing this year, we're calling it the year of the franchise, and we're doing all kinds of franchise films. We've done, I mean, and by franchise, we mean, horror movie, and their sequels. What's the word I'm looking for besides franchise? Like trilogy?
I mean, yeah, some people don't consider trilogies franchises, but technically anything I think that has at least 2 sequels and some sort of continuity is considered a franchise. So,
yeah.
We've done, we just did Reanimator.
Yep, we just did Reanimator. We did Evil Dead. We did Nightmare on Elm Street.
Phantasm.
One Missed Call.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, so many. Cold Prey.
Yep, and we have Return of the Living Dead.
Yes, that's
coming up
next.
Yeah,
which is cool. So we've been concentrating on that this year. Last year was the year of the slasher, but we've always kept up with you know, this is 2018. Usually by now I would have watched, 50 or 60 movies from this year, new horror movies. But this year, because we're doing the franchise films, we're not keeping up as much. Of course, I have a whole thing where I'm trying to just watch quality. So that's also part of the reason for me. But yeah, that's why I haven't watched Cargo, straight up. So maybe next week, there's going to be a time where we're going to have to take a little bit of a break from the franchises for at least an episode. And I personally have to do some catching up. So I haven't seen Cargo. Saw Ravenous and enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's such a strong film, you could even save it towards closer to the year-end show just to avoid a rewatch. I mean, if that's something you want to do. I'm personally just hit the 50 2018 watches mark.
Nice.
And, looking over my list, I probably could have done 35 and been more than happy.
Oh,
the
sure.
the issue I'm having is normally I hit over 100 by year's end, and I just don't see, based on what's coming out for the rest of the year, I don't see myself watching another 50 new horror films.
There's no reason to, man.
No, but I'm just not excited enough. There's probably like 25 to 30 that I know of right now that I definitely want to see before then. Maybe if another 5 or 10 pop up, that would put me close. But I'm kind of doing the same thing you are.
Now, yeah, it took you a little time, but now.
Yeah, I never doubted you. I'm just, even when we do our year retro shows, I always enjoy just watching as much as I can, just to at least be able to tell people, check this out, don't check this out, or just my personal thoughts on it.
That's true. No, that's what's good about the show is that you have been watching a lot this year, and I've been watching less. But at least you and Christian have been giving them some movies to avoid, where for the most part, I have not. I mean, I'm not perfect by any means, but I set out this year to try to watch movies that are going to be good. Where on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give them 7 or higher.
Yeah.
And,
well, it's been a lot easier this year because I know IMDb isn't perfect for getting ratings, and you should read the reviews that are being posted. But a lot of these new films that get dropped, I go right to IMDb, and they're all like 3.5, 3.0. Everything's like below 4 this year, and I'm just like, sometimes I'll check it out if it sounds interesting to me, but for the most part, when you see something that low, they're usually onto something.
Yep, it's true. It's how uptight I am with my. I'm pretty rigid with my method, and it does have to do with IMDb and certain things. And I'll tell you, I think I got the code cracked for the most part. This year I'm doing good. I have like 20 or 30 movies written down that I'm going to get to, absolutely, and hopefully, if it's 30 movies, hopefully 25 are solid enough that I'm like, okay, I didn't waste my time. It's good. It could possibly make an end of the year list, especially this year where we're going to do 18. You know what I mean? So,
and that's the thing. I'm right now. If you were asking me to make 18 from my 50 that I've watched, it's going to be a tough list. It's going to be a pretty weak bottom end. A weak bottom end.
Nice. But back to Zombieland.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't we talking Zombieland too?
We're trying, Zombieland. I'm gonna read this here. This is what it says. Because I'm gonna try to get. Okay, who said this? Well, first of all, it's Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, and Abigail Breslin. They've all signed on to return for the sequel, and so is the director, Ruben Fleischer, and they're gonna begin in January. They're going to begin recording. Yeah.
Hopefully for an October 2019 release.
Right. So the description we have here says the story Reese and Wernick, I guess they're the writers.
Yeah.
Have crafted for the long-awaited sequel has the following synopsis. In Zombieland 2, through comic mayhem that stretches from the White House and through the Heartland, the zombie slayers must face off against many new kinds of zombies that have evolved since the first movie, as well as some now human survivors. But most of all, they have to face the growing pains of their own snarky makeshift family. Oh, okay. Well,
were you a fan of the first one?
Yes, but I've only seen it like once or twice. I own it. I just haven't had because I've been zombied out. I mean, like you, I'll say that the last couple years, zombie movies have gotten better, but that's because they're taking a different approach.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it kind of started with the Battery.
Yes, without a doubt.
Right? And they started becoming more personable and more
character driven.
Yes, exactly. Instead of just World War Z and crazy zombies running around and everything else. And granted, Walking Dead is character driven, but I think they jumped the shark. And on top of it, there was just too many zombies. A lot of it was TV shows, and I got burnt out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have, for some reason. Even with The Walking Dead, I'm still on board. I'm still enjoying it. Zombieland, I was a huge fan of. I love it. I love the comedy of it. It is, yes, it's character driven, but it's a zombie comedy. So the goofiness is going to be there. I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking here. I just think that these four worked well together in the first one, and they probably won't miss a beat. They're all very talented actors, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm not even a huge Jesse Eisenberg fan. I really don't like his. I don't know. He's got a very self-important attitude. But I'm a huge Woody Harrelson fan, and Emma Stone is stunning, and Abigail Breslin. I mean, I've always loved her since Little Miss Sunshine and Scream Queens and all that. So
yeah. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I think having everyone back on board, I think that means that they're all really passionate about this, and they're going to try to give us the sequel we all wanted 8 years ago.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little excited because Woody, I love Woody.
Woody Harrelson's terrific. He really is a talented guy in whatever he does.
He is, man, totally. And he's the leading actor from my favorite movie. He's Mickey Knox, man. Natural Born Killers is my favorite movie, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen it, but I'll always have a soft spot for Woody Harrelson, which is good because the guy's fucking great. I have a soft spot for Woody. That's funny.
I got a soft Woody for Woody.
Nice. Jesse Eisenberg, I know he's big time now. I haven't seen his other stuff though, but I don't know.
Well, he did the the Facebook movie. I forgot. I can't remember the name.
I own that shit. I haven't watched it yet. Social Network.
Social Network, yeah, that's what he was nominated for an Oscar for, and he's Lex Luthor now in all the DC movies.
There you go. See, I don't watch the superheroes. Yeah. The Social Network. The only reason I own it is because it's David Fincher, and he's one of my favorite directors.
Yeah, it's a great film. It really is.
I'll get on it. I do have a little issue though with what this thing said in the description. The fact that the zombies have evolved since the first movie kind of is a little bit of a concern with me because, when I think of zombies evolving, I can't help but think of what Romero started with Day of the Dead with Bub and went crazy with Land of the Dead with Big Daddy.
Yeah, you know what? That would give me pause for concern, but the zombies were kind of goofy and evolved and very fast paced in the first film that I can't imagine it getting to the point where it's just crazy. If they start talking and cracking wise, then that'll really jump the shark for me, even for a horror comedy. But I'll wait and see. It does sound kind of suspect when you read kinds of zombies that have evolved since the first movie.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's funny though, because in Return of the Living Dead, the reason I'm thinking of that is because we just covered it, and the show is going to be out. It's the next podcast that's dropping. But that movie gets a pass for two things. Running zombies. Nobody complained about it. Nobody complained about running zombies till later with Infected and 28 Days Later and the Dawn remake and stuff. And we talk about that a little on the episode when it drops. But talking zombies too. Nobody cares, right? Think about it. Nobody complains. That movie is impervious to the complaints that other zombie movies get, because my favorite zombie, I said it on the podcast that's going to drop, is that talking zombie, not people, brains,
It's funny, and I had an issue with that, just not even because she was talking, just because I thought the voice was goofy.
Right.
I said that in the review, but still, not the fact that she was talking. Just the fact that the voice sounded goofy. So I guess I don't mind if these new zombies in Zombieland evolve and start talking, as long as they're not talking goofy.
Isn't it weird though that nobody?
It is kind of weird.
Nobody's ever brought it up. You never see people online or something complaining about the zombies and Return of the Living Dead. Fuck that shit. Why are they talking? Why are they running? Nobody complains about it.
I don't mind it though, because it's another aspect of approaching the zombie genre in a different way. That maybe they're not completely brain dead, just walking hunks of meat looking for food. You know, they did that with Warm Bodies, and I know a lot of people absolutely crapped on that film and hated it. I actually like the concept. I didn't hate the movie at all. But I mean, again, I've only seen it once, but
I didn't even bother with it.
Yeah, so many people really hate on it. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be.
Yeah,
and at least it was a different concept. The idea of zombies actually being able to heal themselves.
Oh, is that what's going on? It's a love story, though, isn't it? Or am I?
It is. It's a comedy romance zombie film. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's quite my speed. I don't know. But
maybe not.
What is my speed? Probably because of going back to the other two movies in the series, is that this Three from Hell is coming out, and now I don't watch trailers, but we can discuss trailers if they're newsworthy, and you're going to watch them anyway because you don't care about being spoiled. We've been through this.
You know what recently happened before we get into Three from Hell? I finally saw A Quiet Place, and I had watched that trailer, and I had heard people talk about a big plot twist being given away in that trailer. And I don't know why. I guess I just missed it. And something in the movie, in A Quiet Place, in the first 15 minutes totally caught me off guard because I didn't remember seeing it in the trailer, even though I think it was there. So
so the first death was revealed in the in the trailer?
The scene, there's the scene of building up of tension. I'm not sure if they actually show what happens, but there was a build-up scene. But from the trailer, I got the sense that everything was going to be okay.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't, obviously.
We never did that. We never did that bit on the show where somebody said, I think Mike Merriman said that we should, because I don't watch trailers, we should do a little segment where I watch a trailer after the fact and then come on and say, do I think it gave too much away? But I'm going to go and watch that trailer now that I've seen the film.
Yeah, I might go back and rewatch it because I'm surprised. Usually I pick up on a lot of details and then I'm watching the movie waiting for those specific scenes.
Right. Because, you know me, I don't want to see a damn thing. And like this Halloween thing, forget about it. Forget about it. I don't want to know. I know too much already just with the information. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Three from Hell. I didn't watch it. And you did watch it. And apparently
I did watch it. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, because I didn't see it. You tell me. That's
okay. It seems to be something that was shown on like the Jumbotron at I guess a Rob Zombie concert.
Oh, and he did the same thing with Lords of Salem when it was coming out.
Yeah. And basically, it hypes up the movie and then it starts showing a lot of clips. But I'm pretty sure from what I saw and from what I read, a large majority of those clips are from Devil's Rejects.
Okay.
So you're not getting a ton of stuff. You do hear a slight news report, and it's kind of leaving open whether or not they're dead at the end of Devil's Rejects. And, anyone who watched Devil's Rejects would say 100% they have to be dead. But I kind of heard something in the trailer that says we're not getting word on casualties or something along those lines. I'm not sure the exact lines, but they kind of at the end of the teaser hinted that they may be alive.
Well, obviously they're alive. There's no maybe.
Well, I thought maybe. I mean, look, they could take it supernatural at this point.
Oh yeah,
they're Devil's Rejects. They could be fucking zombies at this point. It doesn't matter.
Can you imagine a zombie of fucking Sid Haig?
Well, I guess they wouldn't be zombies. What would they be? Just like they'd be like Michael Myers. All of a sudden, you can't kill them.
Or Dr. Satan. They could take it back to Dr. Satan. You know what I mean? Because it was supernatural. I mean, if you want to take that as fact, what happened in House of a Thousand Corpses in the third act there, or not even the third act, but. Well, I guess so. When they go down there and they put the girl underground and the whole Dr. Satan routine, I've passed that off as dream. That's I love the movie, and that's how I explained it. That it's a dream sequence, and that that was already in her head. They talked about it. And as a matter of fact, earlier on in the film, at one point, she dreams about Dr. Satan and sees it, and the thing pops up at the gravesite. And I'm like, okay, so she's already dreaming about it. So they put that in our head. So why can't the end just be a dream sequence? And then, they put her underground and she's just seeing all this crazy shit when it's probably just bodies or something. But that's a whole other thing. So, but if that's not the case, if that was an actual thing and it is supernatural, well, they completely ignored all that in Devil's Rejects, and they just, took it like a regular film without supernatural elements. I guess they reserve the right to bring it back.
Yeah, I could see it going supernatural. I think they'll just somehow have them surviving. I mean, they're so evil. They could probably take 100 gunshots to the chest and still survive.
Well,
go lick their wounds in the woods and come back stronger.
Something, I don't know. For all three of them, it's crazy. I'll tell you what, though, the cast on it.
Oh, the cast is insane. It's like
everybody.
It's literally everybody.
In a Rob Zombie movie, it appears is going to be in this film. Everybody, every one of them, it's out of control. But I'm not going to name them because it's like 30 names written down here.
Oh yeah, it's literally everyone you'd want to see in a horror film, especially a Rob Zombie film. It's like, oh, he or she should be in a Rob Zombie film. They are. 3 from Hell.
Yeah, there they are. So it's quite interesting that that's going to happen. I just hope it's a return to form after 31, because 31 was a huge disappointment for me, and especially I'm one of the few that really liked H2 and definitely loved Lords of Salem. So
yeah, Lords is my personal favorite of his. I don't want to say I'm not a big Rob Zombie fan, because I have nothing against him as a filmmaker. I'm not head over heels in love with these movies, even House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. I don't think I've exposed myself enough to them.
Exposed yourself.
Hey, keep it PG.
Well, maybe
I don't watch them that much. I like them, and I recognize that they're good films. I know so many people that love them. I haven't watched them enough. I really haven't.
Well, if we do the Halloween franchise this year, you'll be watching 2. And yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then maybe when this one drops, we can watch all 3 and review them all. We can do Corpses, Rejects, and this.
That I would do. I'm not looking forward to H2 again.
Really? Oh, I'm telling you, you're going to come around this time. Did you watch it?
You could be right. I'll admit it if I'm wrong. I did not like it the last time I watched it.
Did you watch it last year for Year of the Slasher, or did you not watch it?
Yeah, no, I watched them for the Year of the Slasher.
Nothing, huh?
No, but again, probably only my second or third time seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know, but the thing about that film is a lot of it is the technical aspects. So if you didn't notice them then, you're not going to all of a sudden come around. Like I like the presentation of it. I like the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way it's shot, things like that. So if that didn't wow you and you've seen it 3 times, I don't know if you're going to come around on it, because
I don't know. Me, my taste changes from day to day, so you never know.
Well, I hope so. I hope this Halloween we do have time to do that franchise, and we'll get on it. So
yeah.
Okay.
And
what else?
This one's coming. When is this coming? September of next year?
I don't know. Is there a date? Hold on a second, folks.
He's editing in September, and then it's supposed to get obviously it's been shot. He's going to edit it this September, then hopefully get a release in 2019.
So it could be any time in 2019. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I just hope it's decent. That's all. It's not going to be hard to be better than 31, but I just. You
know what? I didn't hate 31. I feel like he's done quality work with everything that I've watched. I just haven't been like, oh my God, that's a masterpiece. Lords was my favorite probably of all his work that I've seen.
I love Lords. I love Lords, and I love Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Those are, and then H2.
You know what? I like those. You know what I want to say? Probably the reason why I don't watch them as much as other people do. They are. I don't want to sound like a puss here, but they're pretty extreme.
What do you mean, gore wise?
Not gore wise, just mean spiritedness. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It just it affects me more than like than anything else. They're on the level of like Funny Games, of, you know,
Ooh, wow. I love Funny Games.
Eden Lake. 2 films that I would give super high scores to, but I'm never going to watch again because it's just, they just bother me too much. And Devil's Rejects and House are almost there.
Yeah, but the thing about Devil's Rejects and House is that Rob Zombie does write a lot of comedy in his dialogue, where movies like Funny Games and Eden Lake, they don't really have that type of dialogue. You know,
I think that makes it worse. I think I believe, you know, the Firefly family to be more representative of like the evil that's out there, more so than I would like these preppy kids in Funny Games, or obviously in Eden Lake, it's a group of murderous kids.
so the jokes don't help you.
I think the jokes make it worse because it's like,
wow,
oh man, they're cracking wise. Oh, I hope somebody fucking kills these guys, and then they wind up, you know, just absolutely humiliating and torturing and killing everyone.
Wow, interesting. That's cool though. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this one now. I'm coming around because the possibility of at first I was like, they're dead. How are they going to do this? But if they do it right, then I'm happy. So I'm a little more excited than I was in the past. Well,
I'm not worried. I'm sure. I mean, it's such an epic scene at the end of Devil's Rejects, but I'm sure he'll come up with some way to make it not like overly ridiculous.
I hope not. After 31, my faith is, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But okay, more franchise talk. Child's Play. Play.
Good old Child's Play.
I'm really interested about this because we know there's going to be, there's a TV series on the way, which we've already heard, and sequels possibly. And now the latest thing we've heard is there's going to be a remake. And this whole remake thing, it's really curious because I'm going to read what it says here. I'm going to read the article. This is from Horror Movies CA. It says, with word of Don Mancini's working on the Child's Play television series, it appears as MGM has upped the ante on the remake of the film, as Hollywood Reporter reveals that the studio is fast-tracking the remake with Lars Klevberg. Oh, the guy who did Polaroid. When are we going to see that movie, by the way? Wow. Remember that movie, Polaroid?
What is Polaroid?
It came out. Remember, we were talking about it last year? I think there might have been a trailer, which I didn't watch, of course, but there was a picture. Polaroid, very funny. But don't you remember the cover with the Polaroid and the thing coming out? And it was supposed to come out. Vaguely. Dude, it was supposed to come out like 3 different times last year. Then, you know what it reminds me of? Amityville Awakenings. Remember they kept having the release date? It never dropped. Eventually it did, and I was actually okay with it. But this Polaroid movie, I don't know. It hasn't seen the light of day. I don't know what's going on, but it's been made for a couple of years.
Hopefully it's not because Lars is a shitty filmmaker.
I hear it. We don't know exactly. But this Polaroid comes with a little bit of I've heard good things about it. I've heard people have seen it at festivals or something, and it's got a decent reputation. But I don't know. But anyway, that guy's directing it. And Tyler Burton Smith from Kung Fury 2. There's a Kung Fury 2?
I had no idea there was a Kung Fury 2.
All right, this is an interesting article. Okay, pen the script and filming. It's set to take place this September in Vancouver. It producers so-and-so and so-and-so are also attached to the project. Okay.
Also, I love when they do that. Throw in the producers from like the biggest horror hit just to pull you in even more.
From the producers of Saw comes this, and Paranormal Activity comes some awful fucking piece of shit. Because these guys threw their money at it, and we thought that if we put their names on this box, it might intrigue you. And the movie sucked.
Hey, these are smart guys. These are 2 smart, I guess, Jewish guys. David Katzenberg and Seth Graham-Smith. Well, Katzenberg is definitely a Jew, so they cashed in really nicely on it, and are now throwing their money at another guaranteed moneymaker.
Child's Play, I mean, by name alone, and it will make some money, I think, because of that very reason. But
absolutely,
when we hear what they have to say, listen, our friends at Collider, I don't know what that is, has some details, although MGM hasn't confirmed any of the following, but this is what it says. It's a contemporary reboot involving a group of kids, a la Stranger Things, of course, and a technologically advanced doll that enters their world. So,
this is something. This is what I initially read about this when I first heard of it. Is that the technologically advanced doll is going to be really the standout of this film? But I got to be honest, the best looking Chucky doll was the original.
True, I agree.
The animatronics in that were fantastic, and I feel like I don't know how advanced they're going to go, but I hope it doesn't get to the point where it looks silly, because I've liked pretty much all the Chuckies to this point. Even what was the one we just had? Cult of Chucky. I just didn't like the look of the doll.
It looked just like the one did in Curse. No?
I don't know. It looked, I don't know. Something looked, it looked a little bright to me. I don't know. Maybe it was just because of the setting. Everything looked brighter to me.
It was very white, that film. We discussed it on the show, that everything was, it was real white centric, where it was real snowy. They were in a hospital, so it was brightly lit and whitish.
Yeah, it needed a more affirmative action feel.
Yeah, it was Snowflake City, man. It was so white, you know. You better watch what we're saying. Snowflakes, affirmative action. But the whole thing is weird, though. I mean, this to me, although I'm going to play devil's advocate just for a second.
I will too.
Just for a second, because if they made a movie, making a movie about a killer doll, like just one doll that's actually going to move and talk. I'm not talking Annabelle or some stupid shit like those Robert movies. I don't mean that. I'm talking about a killer doll that walks and talks like Chucky. It's kind of taboo to make it, because if you make it, you're going to draw comparisons to Chucky and Child's Play. It can't be helped. It's like making an Exorcist movie about a possessed girl. You're going to be compared to The Exorcist. Or a better example is, nobody dares to make a movie about going to sleep and having a dream demon come after you, because it's going to be Freddy comparisons all day. No one even has thought. No one can do that. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know? Same thing.
Another thing to point out is that MGM did reach out to Don Mancini. And
he's wrapped up in the show.
Yeah, but they offered him, executive producer credits on the film. I think he probably declined that a principle, but executive producer, I mean, I don't know what he would have to do for that. Producers, it just seems like you just throw money at it. So it seemed like it'd be an opportunity for him to cash in on this, but he's obviously working on it at was it Universal? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, Universal is where but the interesting thing was when they lost their film deal at MGM, because the new owner at the time didn't want to do horror films, Steven Spielberg actually pitched Mancini to bring Child's Play over to Universal.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the reason why he went with Universal, because he basically said, tell them exactly what you want. And obviously having Steven Spielberg reach out, they were able to give them everything they wanted, because they had a bunch of studios that were trying to get them to come over and do Child's Play, especially after the success of the first one.
I don't get why MGM has the rights to Child's Play and another studio has the rights to it. Like,
you know what? I don't know how that happened either. I was trying to read and figure that out. That was all a little weird, that two studios could have the rights to the film.
I don't get that. Is it maybe Chucky is owned by one studio and Child's Play is owned by another somehow?
But I
don't think it says anything in the article about that. I don't quite get how it even works, but I know this. I know that in this remake, it's not going to be voiced. It's not going to be Chucky. It's going to.
It's not going to be Brad Dourif's voice, and that is. And if you ask me, look, we defended at least I did, and we defended the movie, all of us. Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. Losing Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky is worse than losing Robert Englund as Freddy, in my opinion.
I'm right there with you.
He is Chucky. That voice, that laugh, that's Chucky.
100%. And maybe that's why they're going to go with a whole different doll. Maybe that's what I'm saying about playing devil's advocate, is that...
So you think it'll be called Child's Play simply for the name, but could be won't necessarily be a good guy, could just totally be a completely new concept for a doll.
Yeah, because remember, it's modern kids doing a Stranger Things type thing, so it's a group of kids. So
yeah,
right off the bat, it's a completely different type of plot, and it's technologically advanced. It's like an AI thing. You know what I mean?
That would make more sense to explaining why they would still just have rights to the name and not the character, because I can't imagine if they had rights to the character that they would allow Don Mancini and Universal to continue cashing in on Chucky in a TV series and future sequels. So it makes sense that they probably just have license over the title Child's Play.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I would definitely like to know more about this, but I'm actually, now you got me kind of excited obviously I'm excited for a TV show and for more sequels in the Don Mancini Brad Dourif storyline, but now I'm kind of intrigued that's what MGM's going to do.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you make a movie about a killer doll running around, they're going to say this is the Chucky ripoff. But if you call a movie Child's Play and then make a movie about a different type of killer doll in a whole different situation, people are going to complain about that too. So I don't know. They're kind of in trouble no matter what they do, I think.
Well, I mean, that's just the essence of people complaining. I mean, you can't please everyone. For me, as a horror fan, I'm just excited to see it. I don't,
Yeah.
I appreciate that they at least did the right thing and reached out to Mancini and was like, you know what, we want to offer you this credit for the film because, I mean, you're the one that launched this. I mean, so yeah, how bad do you think the guy who was running MGM at the time, who said we're not doing horror movies anymore, how quickly do you think he was fired?
No shit.
After Child's Play 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know what these guys are thinking. I don't know. But this is what it says here. Mancini told Bloody Disgusting that they're committed to developing the Chucky TV series for Universal Pictures and still working on further sequels, which I didn't know. I just thought that they were going to go the route of the Cult of Chucky ends, and now we're going to do, this. We're going to, instead of putting it in movie form, we're going to put what happens next on TV. But it says he says, we're still working on the series and also plan to continue the film franchise with Universal. We intend to stay true to the universe we've created. So they're going to do both? They're going to have freaking Chucky movies and TV shows?
That's interesting because I don't understand. Even though I'm excited for it, I don't understand how you make a Chucky TV series work in the same universe and continue to make sequels. If that continues the universe, you have to pick up from Cult and just continue like a TV show storyline from there.
Right. I mean, is Fiona Dorff going to be in it? She would have to be. Otherwise, I mean, she, for all intents and purposes now, is the star of the freaking series.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with it's both of them. It's going to be Fiona Dorff and obviously Brad Dourif, her father, doing the voice. But I mean,
hell, let's get Steven Dorff in on it.
Get them all. Why don't you get Dorff on golf too?
I was just about to say that. You beat me to it.
Fucking Tim Conway.
I swear I was going to say we're going to get Dorff on golf.
See, these are the kind of moments you get on Exploding Heads.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's Tim Conway, right?
What if they do like an anthology?
Oh, wow. No shit, huh? That's interesting. That's what the new movie should be. Child's Play, the movie. They should start putting out different ones about different killer dolls.
That would be cool.
Right?
I wouldn't mind that even for a TV series. And Chucky's like, I don't know, some sort of obviously recurring character and a host as well.
Yeah, but
is that two Tales from the Crypt?
Could you imagine if it became Tales from the Crypt and Chucky just fucking hosted the show?
It could work, man. It could work.
Come on, closer, kid. I can't do his voice.
Clackety clackety.
I can't do it. Fuck you. I don't know. I can't do a good Chucky. But I just imagine him sitting there telling stories about different killer dolls. You know, I'm not the only good guy doll that did kills. We also have Joe Blow in Detroit or something.
You know what? I'm just learning another fact based on your impression. I didn't know that James Cagney was the voice of Chucky.
Nice. Well, next time somebody wants a Cagney impression, I'll just try to do a Chucky.
Yeah. I'm Chucky. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See? Want to play hide the soul? Let's play hide the soul. Come here, Andy. We're playing hide the soul. Get over here.
Oh shit! How you doing, Andy? Yeah, Andy. That was good, wasn't it?
Man, that was pretty good. I gotta admit, Chucky. I have to get loud when I do Chucky. I feel like I have to scream, and it's a little late to be screaming. But man, he scares me. Killer doll concept has always creeped me out. I guess because I was 8 or 9 when Child's Play came out. So
you know
that'll scar you.
Killer dolls never scared me. The idea of like a Chucky running around talking. I'm more scared by like the Dead Silence idea of like a marionette or something like that, just like kind of moving on its own, like moving its head and looking at you. That's
I don't know. I got to be honest. I feel like if anybody was sitting there and Chucky came to life and started walking towards you, you'd probably flip out.
Yeah, I would flip out, but I don't have the same type of fear of that I would like a more subtle fear. Like imagine being in the dark, being in your basement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you know, even as an adult, I guess that's a more logical fear. You know, fear of the dark. You hear a noise. What's that? Did something move? You know, your mind and your eyes can play tricks on you. Whereas here we're talking about really more scaring a kid. You know, oh my God, a doll comes to life. What the hell is this? My whole world's been turned upside down. Is this true? Can this really happen?
The idea is fucking scary.
Yeah.
I just like if one of my daughter's too old now, she's 12, but let's say my daughter had a Care Bear or some shit, you know, and the thing jumped to fucking life and it came running at me. You know, that coming at me. Yeah, that would be scary, and I'd kick it away and I'd fight it and I'd hopefully not die. But I think what's scarier is if I came into the basement and years ago when I was a kid, my parents gave me a marionette or a ventriloquist dummy, and I see it sitting in a corner, and I'm moving on doing some shit, and I so slowly see it fucking turn its head and look at me and like do a little movement. To me, it's like, I don't know, the sizzle is better than the steak.
Yeah, I get you. Was that a made up story? Did you really have a ventriloquist dummy?
I did. I don't have it now, but
oh my God, I was actually interested in ventriloquism for a little while, but I would never pursue it because those dummies scared the hell out of me.
Really?
Yeah, I would have to do it with like one of those like fluffy pink like birds or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like when the kids do it now, they do it with like stuffed animals. They basically hollow out a stuffed animal and talk through that. I don't want no wood fucking dummy staring at me.
Like a sock puppet's okay?
Yeah, I need lamb chop. Lamb chop doesn't scare me.
Fucking lamb chop. Yeah, I'm okay with lamb chop. You know, a marionette is kind of scary.
Yeah, they're terrifying.
Aren't they?
They really are.
Dude, my brother, I fell asleep once at me and my younger brother, we went to my aunt's house one day, and for some reason she had a marionette. We were really young. And we went to bed, and he woke up the next day, and he told me the story that he woke up in the middle of the night, and that fucking marionette was walking around on its own.
Oh, God.
Dude, he woke up, and he saw this shit, and he said that the marionette looked and turned at him and said, "Don't say shoo-shoo."
Don't say shoo-shoo.
That's what the marionette said to him. And then he said shoo-shoo, and then the marionette gave him a dirty look, and it kind of walked away, and my aunt had a dog. So when the marionette walked away out of the one room and went into another room, the dog followed it. And my brother, in turn, followed the dog. And my brother and the dog followed the marionette into the bathroom. And when they went into the bathroom, the fucking marionette was gone. And this is a story we've joked about for years because of the whole don't say shoo shoo thing and everything else. But isn't that a scary fucking thought? Can you imagine waking up and a marionette's walking around?
That is fucking terrifying. That is an awesome setup for a movie.
I know.
And I would call it Shoo Shoo. Shoo Shoo the killer puppet. Shoo Shoo the...
Yes. I think it was a little Mexican doll, too. I think it was a fucking...
Was it JP?
No, wait, I'm wrong. I did have a Mexican marionette because I went to California a lot when I was a kid. I had relatives there. And my wife, not my wife, good God, I was a kid. My cousin's wife was Mexican. And she gave me a marionette. And I had a sombrero on and all this shit and a little mustache with a little Mexican marionette. So I was thinking about him.
Okay. Well, shoo shoo might be Spanish for shit. Don't say shoo shoo.
Well, shoo shoo, apparently, going by my brother's memory, shoo shoo looked like Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
That's terrifying. That always freaked me out.
Did it?
Yeah, that still freaks me out.
Did it scare you when you saw him in fucking the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake when he was on the in the first few minutes of the Texas Chainsaw remake? They're in a van, of course.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw. And at the top of the van, looking up on the inside, there's a circle and Alfred E. Newman's pictures in it.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It really creeps me out.
I remember seeing it at the theater, and I thought about my brother when I saw him. Like, oh, this is going to be scary after all. Fucking shoo-shoo.
Don't say shoo-shoo.
He's just been, over the years, he's just been referred to as shoo-shoo.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, that time shoo-shoo came out, and yeah, it's still fucking discussed 30-something years later.
No, that's scarring. You can't decipher whether or not it was a dream or not. I believe it happened.
He does, too. He's fucking
Did he ever ask the dog about it?
I don't know if he asked the dog. I don't think the dog's aren't too much longer after that. Oh, maybe Shoo got his ass.
It's always the dog that goes first.
Yeah, right, just like the movies. I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
That fucking same night, two strange things happened. One time, I was there, me and my aunt and my brother. My brother had, at one point, fallen asleep a little earlier because he's 7 years younger than me. And I was probably like 12. So he's like 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And he had fallen asleep. We were watching some fucking thing or other, and he'd fallen asleep before us. And he woke up and ran to the door. He's like, a statue or something. And then he was sleepwalking. He was half dreaming. Yeah. And that shit was that. Then he woke up, it was okay, and then it was over with. So then we all went to bed later on. My aunt, of course, went in her bedroom. And my brother and I, for whatever reason, slept on the living room floor. And at one point of that night, I woke up and I looked over and I could swear that I saw a fucking giant bear walking. I'm telling you, I saw a bear and then I just went back to bed. But when he told me the shoo-shoo story the next day, I was like, holy shit, I saw a bear. And you saw a puppet. I don't know.
That's how now it's getting into a kid's show, Shoo Shoo and the Bear.
Shoo Shoo and the Bear. Oh man,
that's hilarious. Man, I wish I had crazy stories like this.
I got tons. Maybe this is what awesome. The show is going to be about. Fucking.
Hey, that's fine. I'll come on every week and listen to stories of Shoo Shoo and the Bear.
Oh shit! We should probably talk about these releases coming out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today's Tuesday, so that means we got lots of Blu-rays and DVDs and whatnot's coming. So, what the hell are they? That's the question.
All right, the first one I see up here. This is for July 17th.
July 9th, yes.
And that is the Arrow version of two films, and the first one is Doom Asylum. And you know what I compare this to? I remember and I think it's a perfect comparison. The way you reacted when Microwave Massacre got a beautiful Arrow transfer and release. that is the same thing that's going on here with Doom Asylum. This is such a bad movie.
Oh, it's fucking...
But it's going to be such a polished, beautiful turd now.
Dude, last year was the year of the slasher for the podcast. And of course you know, but I mean, to the listeners that don't know, we watched all kinds of slashers. I watched 120. How many did you watch? Do you remember?
I think I was like 157. I think Christian did like 170 something. We watched a lot. Between us, we probably hit like 500 total.
A ridiculous amount to prepare for our top 50 slasher show. And Doom Asylum, maybe I can pull it up in my notes and see exactly where I rank that shit. I don't have the ranking here, but I can tell you this. Doom Asylum was my lowest rated slasher of all the 120 movies I watched. It was fucking bad. It was bad. I said the only thing about it is that it's so... I could see some people thinking it's so weird it's good. But
yeah,
the fact that... This is Arrow too, huh?
This is Arrow putting out this, I guess, yeah, it's got to be a Blu-ray. Yeah, this Blu-ray. Yeah. So, like, $28 to, you know, order it off of Amazon. Look, this is... I'll agree that this... For me, this is a movie that's so bad, it's okay. You know, but I am not buying this film. Oh. I think the only way this film would ever make it into my collection was if somebody gifted it to me. You know, I'm not going to give away someone's gift, so then I would keep it, but...
Yeah, but
it's so ridiculous.
People, do not spend your $28 on this film. You're better off buying $28 movies. I guarantee you, half of those movies you spend $1 for in the dollar bin. Well, that doesn't exist, but they do. Can you get dollar DVDs anymore? Like if you go to like the dollar store, I bet you could, right? You go like a dollar store, like a... You know,
yeah, you could find cheap DVDs for $1, I'm sure. Maybe $2.
You're better off. You're just better off doing that. You're better off spending $10 and getting one of those shitty fucking things where they have like 30 horror movies on it, you know?
Yeah, this is a weird release. I mean, I guess it's cool though, because I do like to see companies put out more obscure stuff as well as, you know, more popular stuff. So this just bodes well for seeing some more obscure horror films that I might like that other people might not come out. So yeah. I mean, I'm personally not going to buy it. I'm a lot more selective now with what I buy, but
yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna look awesome. It's gonna have a ton of special features. I don't know what the special features are going to include. I didn't look at that, but it has what's her name, Kristen Davis from Sex and the City in it, like one of her first roles. So maybe I don't know if she got involved with any of the special features, but it'd be pretty funny to hear her thoughts on this film.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But
maybe.
You never know.
Who knows? It's possible. So yeah, Doom Asylum, I say it's a pass. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. We also have Giallo from Sergio Martino, The Case of the Scorpion's Tail.
Aha. This, I'll tell you what. What's the price on this? $28.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure, you know what? I can't remember this film. I went through a period where I was watching nothing but Giallos years ago. And I'm pretty sure I've seen this film. I just can't remember it. This is one I'll pick up at some point later on when it's in that $15 range or even $17 range. I can't spend these prices anymore. It's just way too expensive. No. But I have no problem blind buying something like this. A Giallo from a well-known, you know, Italian director.
If you're into Giallos, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're into the director or something, then fine. Then, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, even just saying, okay, like, I love Torso, and he did Torso, I would take a chance and buy this movie, but not at $30.
Nope. No, that's a little too much. So I'm with you. Wait until it's on sale. It's Arrow.
Yeah.
They do have their sales from time to time.
Yeah, Arrow, they do all eventually come down and drop, and if you take advantage of the sales. I think people are too quick to buy everything and pre-order everything, unless it's something that's limited or that you're dying to have. I always tell people, just wait. These prices eventually drop.
Yep. This is true. Okay, what else we got here?
We got Truth or Dare.
Aha, Truth or Dare, and it's unrated director's cut. I gotta tell you, my interest is piqued because of the unrated thing.
I have not seen it yet, so I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'd rent it.
I would rent. I saw this at the movies. I saw this. My daughter was speaking of it last year, so when it came out, I said I got tickets for it, so let's go see Truth or Dare, and I pretty much got what I expected. And the thing is, this is the movie that everyone's been shitting on so bad this year. And again, I don't think it's deserving of that. And I don't know. It's just every year this happens. Movie comes out and everybody shits all over. Says, "Oh, it's the fucking worst thing ever." 2 out of 10. And no, the thing is, I'm going to say it again. If this movie just would have randomly dropped on Shudder or Netflix or something, nobody would say shit. I mean, I'm not saying, people would say, it wasn't that good, or it's an average flick or something. That's what they'd be saying. This is the movie that everyone is going to shit on. At the end of the year, people are going to do the worst of the list, worst of horror movies for the year, and it's going to be topping people's lists, and people are going to be shitting all over it. And I have got to disagree.
And it's simply because these films get the mainstream release.
Right.
It's because we see so many like sleeper hits, although we're getting a lot more independent films that are popping up in theaters that are breaking out and being huge hits. But we get so many of these generic ones that if you randomly saw this on Prime and it never had a theatrical release, you'd be like, it's okay. It's worth checking out or not worth checking out, but you wouldn't be shitting all over it the way people do. And again, I haven't seen it yet, so I could end up hating it. I could end up liking it. I don't know. People did the same thing with what was the film last year? What was the
Rings? Rings deserved it. It was
not Rings. Happy Death Day. I'm thinking of.
Oh, well, Happy Death Day was.
And I enjoyed Happy Death Day, but people, I don't know what it was. People just absolutely despise that film, and it's really not a terrible film at all.
No, it's not. Actually, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
So, I don't know. But every year this happens. A movie comes out. Everybody should, because it's just not necessarily good. But it's like people go to the movies expecting to have their socks blown off, especially, it's Blumhouse. They're doing all this good stuff. And I don't know what I didn't even see the trailer, and I had low expectations. So I don't understand horror fans that are getting I can't imagine what this trailer. I'm going to watch it now. Well, not now, but you know what I mean. Nowadays, I'm going to watch it and say, why were people going into this film expecting it to be so good? To the fact that they went to the film and they were let down. Like, oh, this movie sucked. You know what I mean? I went into it. It's a PG-13 film. My daughter had interest in it from seeing the trailer on YouTube. Just that title alone and the picture, just by the cover art and shit, I'm thinking, maybe, you know what I can compare it to? And I still haven't seen that movie. But, what the hell was it? Wish Upon. Did that come out last year or the year before?
Yeah, that was, I believe it was last year.
That's what it seemed like to me, and I still haven't seen Wish Upon.
Yeah, I didn't see Wish Upon. I gotta admit, from watching the trailer for Truth or Dare when it was being advertised before it came out, knowing it was a PG-13 movie, I was like, all right, I know what we're gonna get, but I was actually kind of intrigued, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. It's on my list. Like I said, I keep a list of 2018 films I still have to watch, and this is one that, even though I know people are hating on and might not be a top 10 or a hit, I still want to watch it.
It's not terrible. I mean, you could have fixed a few things in there, a couple convenient things, one or two little, ridiculous things could have been taken out, and they could have added some gore. See, because it's unrated, I'm like a little intrigued on it now. So I might actually rent it after all. It really wasn't that bad. I don't know. That's the way I feel. I think a lot of people they're going to, watch this and say that I'm crazy, but I don't know. I just don't think it's that bad. But whatever, rent it. So we can both agree on that. That's
yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm gonna rent it.
Yep. So that brings us to what? Nightmare.
And this is weird because I'm clicking the link to try to get to Amazon because I thought this already had a Blu-ray. In fact, I own this movie, but it might be the DVD. This is Nightmare Uncut, the 1981 film, which is also called Nightmare on a Damaged Brain, which is a really good movie.
I own the Blu-ray as well.
You do? Okay, so then I must own the Blu-ray as well. I didn't know if I had the DVD or the Blu-ray, but I definitely own this film, and I don't know if this is a re-release, but every time I click on the link, it takes me to Amazon, and it says currently unavailable, so I don't know what the deal is, but if it is getting a re-release, maybe it was out of print.
Well, let me see here. The one we have now, who is this from?
Is this Code Red?
Is it Code Red?
Yeah, this would be Code Red, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Nightmare Blu-ray.
Yeah, see, mine are in a different room. Otherwise, I'd get up and go get
Oh,
it.
okay.
That's why I'm not.
You can watch this on Prime right now for free.
Yeah.
You could buy it for $10. And wow, look at this. Yeah, then when you go to DVD, it's a $75 DVD. My God.
Well, actually, now I found on Amazon the 35th anniversary Nightmare Uncut is selling new for $13.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The DVD.
DVD.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, it's Scorpion releasing. Scorpion Code Red usually.
But I'm telling you, I have this on Blu-ray. And I obviously can't be this one. June 13th, 2014, Code Red. It's been released already.
On Blue.
On Blue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it on Blue also.
And it's really strange that when you look at the picture, it's the same one that's pictured on this Amazon, which is tied up to this page that we're on.
The only thing I can think of, and Code Red does this a lot, and is that the things go out of print, and then they pop back up. He randomly finds more copies.
So that's what it is. So in other words,
although this is Scorpion releasing. I get confused because Scorpion releasing and Code Red seem to do like joint releases.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not an expert. If we had Derek here or Moods here, those guys would be like, well, Scorpion is a subsidiary of this and Code Red is this. But either way, it's a recommend for me. But if you haven't seen it and you have Prime, check it out on Prime first.
It's okay. The last time I watched it, I was underwhelmed.
And I was always a fan of this one. Not giving full head explosions, but
no.
I'm glad it's in the collection.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's already been there. I gotta watch it again. I never watched it. I had the DVD because for a long time you couldn't get the DVD. It was out of print. That's why it was $75 the one I just saw. But you said you saw it for $13?
Yeah, the DVD for $13.
Weird. Well, whatever. Either way, what else do we have? Church of the Damned / Bad Magic. What the hell is that?
Yeah, now I gotta look these up. This is a double feature. Church of the what? Of the Bad?
Church of the Damned.
Church of the Damned.
Look at this. Limited edition. Just 200 sold. Wow. $35. That's freaking crazy.
God, and those cover arts.
Oh, they're terrible.
Look at that Bad Magic cover art. What would you give that movie based on that? A 0?
That's terrible. Let me get a better picture of it. Let's see here.
Bad Magic is from 1998.
Oh yeah, based on that cover art, that's freaking horrible.
Yeah, it's like it's a Polonia Brothers film. I always hear like Moods and Derek talk about these guys. I think they do like super low budget films. This has a 3.1 rating on IMDb. Bad Magic.
How's Church of the Damned looking? Look that one up.
Church of the Damned.
It doesn't look much better. It doesn't look quite as bad by the cover art.
I can't even find Church of the Damned on here.
Doesn't exist.
That's how bad that must be.
Holy shit. Do we have this? Oh, I'm going to read this. Check it out. Okay. A double feature of SOV Fun. There you go.
Oh, my God.
Fucking shot on shitty-o. Okay. From the Polonia Brothers.
Oh, they're both Polonia Brothers. Okay.
Yeah. Church of the Damned. A small town is plagued with satanic murders. Violent and bizarre. Local investigators Messiah Ward and his partner Barney must unravel the clues and stop the bloodshed. The trail leads them to a dark coven of devil worshippers called the Brotherhood of Satan and an encounter with a demon from the pits of hell. Holy shit, it's got to be fucking awful. The pits of hell? Oh, it's going to be a guy in a fucking Halloween costume. Then stay tuned for Bad Magic. Rennie can't get over the death of his brother Amos. Amos was shot in cold blood by a gang called the Red Claws. The Red Claws. Unable to move on until he's gotten revenge, Rennie visits voodoo priest Dr. Topanga, who teaches him.
Topanga from Boy Meets World?
Right? I wish he was my doctor. Shit. Ways of voodoo. With his new powers, Rennie summons a powerful demon to take revenge on the Red Claws. BDR. All BDRs are professionally pressed and silk screened by disc makers. Boy, thanks for that information.
You know what? I'm not gonna poop on it because I'm not an SOV person. In fact, I rewatched an SOV film today for our 82 show. I rewatched Boarding House. I don't know why I did it. I gave away that DVD. And Derek's like, give it another shot. So he burned me a copy and sent it to me. And boy, I hated it even more this time.
Ugh.
I just don't like SOV. I get that there's a charm to it and whatnot, but this is not for me. But if Dr. Topanga is the Topanga from Boy Meets World and she turns out to be a proctologist, I'm in.
Oh, fuck yeah. Where is that girl, Topanga? No shit. Yes. Count me in. A proctologist.
My proctologist.
Oh, man. Now you're talking. We got a couple left. Enter the Devil. What the hell is this?
Enter the Devil. Limited
edition, Blu-ray and DVD. Yeah, Prime Video. Well, that's the video. Blu-ray, $18.
Whose film is this? I don't think I've ever seen this.
Let's see what we got. Maybe we get a description. Following the okay, you want to know the product details? Massacre Video.
Oh God.
Yep, Massacre Video. Here you go. I'll give it. I'll tell you what. It is 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon. 12 reviews. So you don't know. Here's the synopsis. Following the mysterious disappearances of several travelers in a rural part of southern Texas, a detective and a scientist from a nearby city are sent to investigate. Made to immediately feel unwanted by the locals, they soon discover the remains of one of the missing, but in doing so begin to sense that something sinister is afoot in the desolate community they've entered. Determined to uncover the truth, the duo quickly find themselves faced with an unimaginable evil, a terror linked to Satan himself. Well, I don't know. It sounds like it'd be from the 70s, doesn't it?
I think it is. Is it
The picture looks it, that's for sure.
I'm trying to think of
David Cass, Irene Kelly, directed by Frank Dobbs.
Frank Dobbs? I gotta look this up because I can't even find it. Oh, Frank Q. Dobbs. Here he is. I'm looking on the V.
It's got a crazy looking cover.
Enter the Devil. Okay, here it is from 1972.
There you go.
It's PG, horror, thriller, western with a 5.1 IMDb rating. I gotta admit that description didn't sound half bad.
It sounded kind of generic, but
I mean, yeah, it sounded like a lot of films, but I would certainly watch that. I don't think I'm gonna go out and buy it.
Oh, listen to this sizzling bonus feature: Frank Q. Dobbs' California Connection: The Erotic Adventures of Peter Galore.
Now I'm definitely buying it.
2 discs. Yeah, watch out. 81 minutes. Like I said, 4 out of 5. 12 reviews. Who knows?
Oh, 81 minutes. Okay. Yeah, this says there's 2 versions here. It says it's a great American-made B horror movie.
Oh, really? Well, sounds about right then.
No.
I don't know either.
I don't hear about these films until somebody in one of the groups picks it up and then starts raving about it or talking about how bad it is. That's when I find out.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's one more movie. I don't think it even counts. I don't even know if it's horror. It's called Traffic that I can see, unless you see it, it's something else. But
no, the one I see, I don't think Traffic. I'm not sure if that's horror or not. We could talk about that. But one that we skipped that is horror is The Housemaid.
Oh, that is. Oh, well, I did see that. Why did I skip over?
Yeah, it's a Vietnamese horror romance film.
Okay.
And it's written and directed by Derek Wynn, and it's I'll read the description from the B. When an orphan
Okay.
Yeah, when an orphan Vietnamese girl is hired to be a housemaid at a haunted rubber plantation in 1953 French Indochina.
Wait a minute. A haunted rubber factory? What'd you say?
She's hired to be a housemaid at a haunted rubber plantation.
Okay.
What did they pick rubber? What are their tires growing?
I'm thinking of a condom, a haunted rubber. What the fuck?
I'm picturing slaves picking tires.
Slaves picking tires.
Oh, that's a good year. In 1953 French Indochina, she unexpectedly falls in love with the French landowner and awakens the vengeful ghost of his dead wife, who is out for blood. 5.8 rating on the B. Again, not that means anything, but I don't know. I would check this one out.
Yeah, well, maybe. It's Vietnamese. It looks like horror is like the third thing it's listed under. Like
see, on the B, it has it listed as horror romance. I mean, it's a ghost story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's going to be a vengeful ghost. It's just, how's it going to be handled? And I always prefer ghost stories handled from a foreign perspective.
All right. Well, we have 4 4-star reviews. And this is what I like about Amazon, is that verified purchase. So it's not like the B where it's going to be people that worked on the film and everything else.
Yeah, that's true.
When you read a review on Amazon, it'll say verified purchase, whether it's Amazon Video or they bought the blue or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, interesting.
How many of them returned it after they wrote that review? Like, we'll take it back only if you write a good review.
Nice. Oh shit.
Yeah, well, so I pulled up Traffic. It's listed as a thriller with
Omar Epps. Yeah.
Omar Epps, Paula Patton. A couple off for a romantic week in the mountains are accosted by a biker gang. Alone in the mountains, Bree and John must defend themselves against the gang, who will stop at nothing to protect their secrets. That sounds pretty generic.
Yeah.
It's from the director who did Chain Letter.
Oh, really?
I like that movie.
I think it's coming out on Blue, Chain Letter. Oh, no. It's not coming out on Blue. Yesterday when I looked at that sale from Second Spin, it was one of the films on there.
Okay. Maybe you could trade your Martyrs remake.
Unfucking believable.
It happens.
I should have just bought Chain Letter, even though I didn't like it. But I don't know. Oh, well, I guess that's that. We got anything else? We should. No. Sure,
I would say like 22 shots. We should do a pick of the week, but there ain't much to choose from here. I think I'll take that Polonia double feature SOV.
Yeah, I don't even remember the movies we talked about, so I can't even tell you.
I'd rather stay home and listen to Shoo Shoo and the Bear.
If nothing else, we got the Shoo Shoo story broadcasted at last.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get the hell out of here then. Hope you guys enjoyed fucking Freddy vs. Jason, episode 1. So, subscribe if you're seeing it down there. We got all kinds of cool stuff. We got the podcast.
Oh, can I say this?
Say what you want, buddy.
Smash that like button. I always wanted to say that.
What do you say? Smash it?
Smash that like button. I always hear people say that when they have YouTube channels, and they point right to it. Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. All right. What about click that subscribe button? That's what I'm
doing. Yeah, subscribe, then smash that like button.
Yeah, man.
Then share it with your friends.
That's it. Right. And if you want to hear more, it'll be on Patreon. We're going to play the cover art game. So, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to end this broadcast. Thank you, everybody. Maybe we'll see you next week. I mean, we're going to try to go weekly, but no promises. We're just getting it out there and doing what we can do,
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Yep. Peace out. See you guys later. Thank you.